Welcome back. Welcome back. Thank you all for tuning in for another episode of Ignite You. I am excited because you guys showed so much love, so much support, and I just want to thank you for joining in and also the wonderful comments, the encouragement for me to keep doing this. It's really fulfilling and I'm grateful for that. So, I just want to say kudos to you guys. You are awesome. And yeah, today is not going to be long, but I want to encourage you all with a few stories that I might share. And hopefully at the end of this, you are encouraged to keep going no matter what you're facing. So today's episode, we're going to talk about igniting your life. How do you even get started? Sometimes in life, we feel like we're unmotivated because of our circumstances, and that's normal. But I just got fed up within my life whenever it was around February last year, and I was working full time. It was a great company, great pay, but I personally was feeling unfulfilled, and I couldn't put my finger on why because there was nothing happening at the job itself that was bad, but personally I knew that I had so much more inside of me that I wanted to let out, that I wanted to do. I just knew that I had to make some changes. And so although I was comfortable, I wasn't satisfied with my life, if that makes sense. I just wasn't satisfied with just constantly going in and out to work and knowing that I have so much inside of me. When I say so much inside of me, I'm meaning gifts inside of me that I want to let out, creativity just flowing constantly. And of course, I did use those skills and those gifts at my previous job, but at the time, I felt like all of my energy was exhausted in that job, that it did stop me. It hindered me from really pushing out my passion. I did have a book at the time. So, of course, I did things on my lunch break to go and read to children at schools. I would do things here and there, but it wasn't like full-fledged, I'm giving it my all. So yeah, I made the decision to, after a year of my previous job, to put in my 2 weeks notice. And of course, you're probably like, God, that's not easy for some people. And I know it's not. And for me, it was the hardest thing because I want to be a person that helps. I don't want to rely solely on my husband for support. There he goes right there. But I don't always want to rely on him when I'm capable and well able. I don't always want to rely. I don't always want to rely on him. Ugh, I didn't always want to rely on him when I know that I'm capable of helping financially. So I'm that person that I'm gonna do what I can to help pull my weight in my family. So it was a hard decision, but I talked it over with him. He was like, I'm here for you, go for your dreams, and let's see where it takes us. So with that being said, I just knew when I put the 2 weeks notice that I wanted to be a part of these large festivals that are a part of our community, which one of them is Festival International and another one is the Essence Festival. I looked at it when I launched my book the previous year, and I was just saying to myself, this would be awesome if I could be a part of those festivals. And so during that time of my 2 weeks notice, I was able to get accepted for the Festival International, which is local in my hometown, and that was a huge milestone for me. And so if I hadn't applied myself or bet on myself, I don't think that these doors would have opened. And also if I wouldn't have just taking that leap of faith, that step. So I put myself out there. And then I was like, okay, well, if I could get into this festival local, I'm sure that if I put all of my efforts in, I can get into the Essence Festival. And so that's a festival in New Orleans that celebrates Black culture. And I really wanted to showcase my book there. And so throughout the application process, it wasn't easy. It did have me to have all of my ducks in a row. I had to make sure everything was done right, business wise. Just everything had to be structured. And so I did everything that I could and then waited for an approval. And I did get approved. So this year, in July, I was able to showcase my book at the Essence Festival and make so many meaningful connections, do well, not only with book sales, but just the collaboration, seeing women, men come together and supporting one another. It was just, I can't even put it into words how phenomenal that experience was for me. And so after that, I just took that back home and continued to network, continued to put myself out there. And I'm constantly on that journey of just pursuing my passion. I was exposed to something larger than what I saw locally. So by me being exposed to that, it ignited me even more. It sparked more of my dreams. It made me believe again. And so I just want to encourage you, if there's something that you want to do in life, don't hesitate to apply yourself. Don't hesitate to, if you have to go back to school, whatever it is that you're dreaming of, don't allow your circumstance that you're in right now to stop you from at least trying, because I'm an example that it can happen. I'm a living witness that if you put your efforts out there, if you put good things out there in the atmosphere, it'll come right back to you. And also, if you pray, I believe that a lot of doors that opened for me was because I simply asked God, hey, if this is for you, if this is for me to walk through, if this is something that you want me to do, then allow it to flow without a strain, without hesitation, and it just flowed. But whenever I know that it's my hands doing something, it's not always a good flow, it's not a consistency, and it seems to have pushback, so I don't pursue it. So I just want to give that tip too. Prayer works, also seeking out support from friends and family. So yeah, do whatever you have to do to put yourself out there, but don't stay stagnant. Don't allow yourself to say, this is the circumstance I'm in. I really don't like this job that I'm at, but this is all I have. That's not true. Cancel those thoughts out and know that you can achieve your goals. You can achieve these milestones, and little steps day by day do add up to a large amount of success. It doesn't happen overnight. Anything that comes quickly, you have to watch with your eye open, because that's most likely a scam or something that's just not realistic. Everything takes effort, everything takes dedication. If you want to succeed, you have to put yourself out there day by day, create habits, change a few things in your lifestyle that you want to see. And then you'll see gradually yourself changing. You'll see your mind changing. You'll see your attitude changing. And just know that it's not always easy, but you'll see when you're walking in purpose, because it's a consistent flow and it just all falls into place. But you do have to do the work, and you do have to put yourself out there. Don't worry about the critics that are in your head that you think people may be criticizing you, or people might have in the past criticized you. Don't allow those negative voices to stop you from going forward, because we all have something that we have to put out there in this earth, and it doesn't all have to be packaged the same. It doesn't all have to look the same. It's just as long as you leave this earth empty and not full of gifts inside of you waiting to be manifested, but no one knows because you're too afraid to step out on faith. So hopefully that story encourages you to keep going, never stop dreaming. And yeah, please tune in to the next episodes that I have coming. I'll be a little vulnerable, a little more open about a few things that happened in my past. And yeah, so just thank you for this time. Thank you for taking time on this journey with me. It is definitely pulling me out of my comfort zone, just sitting here in my living room doing videos with, no prompts, nothing, no structure, but I'm just doing this because I feel led to, and I feel like it'll encourage you. So even if it helps one person, I'm satisfied I did my job. And so I'm gonna leave you with this. Everyone has a spark that can turn into a flame if you ignite it. Thank you. Have a good one.